All right, we're here, New York City Grand Prix going down on Saturday. Of course, you knew I had to come out. This is my hometown, my home city. I live not too far away from here, so gonna come out to Icon Stadium to catch all of the amazing action that's gonna be going down. And this is really one of the last big meets that's gonna be happening for American athletes before USA Championships goes down in the second week of July, just after July 4th. Now, there is the Lausanne Diamond League, but New York City Grand Prix, this is gonna be coming up on Saturday, and the storylines here are absolutely insane. Of course, off the top, everyone is talking about that women's 400-meter dash. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone versus Gabby Thomas is going to be going down. Both of them are really kind of in the form of their life in terms of the 400 meters, right? Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone coming off that amazing personal best of 49.78 seconds at the Paris Diamond League. She went out super fast for that first 200, 300 meters, right? She was on like 22.6 pace or something crazy like that, then came through at like 34 pace for 300. Of course, Paulino ran her down. She eventually ran 49.7, but personal best, she has a lot more in the tank. She of course just dropped a little behind the scenes, little mini doc about her time in Paris, her preparation leading into the race, that strategy, her mindset. I really like where Sydney McLaughlin is at. That documentary really got me hyped off of, you know, what she did and where she's going to be going. So this meet, I think she could probably go 49 low. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to be predicting 48 seconds for her. It's very, very possible, but I'm going to say probably about 49 low as she continues to get a little bit in the groove of the 2023 season. But I put up a poll giving you all the chance to vote on who you think is going to win the race, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone or Gabby Thomas. Yeah, shut out Gabby Thomas. Please do not sleep on Gabby Thomas. Earlier in the year, she ran a personal best of 49.68 seconds. Huge personal best for her, and she's now just getting back in the groove of things, right? After that 400, she kind of had a little bit of down period with some up and down 200s and 100s, but 22.05 in the 200 just a couple weeks ago. Now she's coming back for a 400. She is really close to the form of her life. That 22.05 was actually her fastest converted 200-meter time. So I think that's going to translate into the 400 when we do get to this race here. So please do not sleep on Gabby Thomas. She has a very, very strong shot to be able to win this race and actually beat out Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. But we're definitely going to see what happens. Also, definitely keep a lookout for Lena Irby-Jackson. She's been having a really, really good early season. She has a very good shot to make the women's 400-meter team. So we're going to see what happens with that. Now, let's move over to the men's 200-meter dash. So Noah Lyles is the headliner in this race. He's already run 21.6 at the Kingston meet, right, the Racers Grand Prix a couple weeks ago. He's coming into this race as the clear favorite. We did have Terrence Laird in here. We did have Fred Curley, but both of them had to pull out. I think Terrence Laird moved into the 100 meters. Fred Curley just had to pull out of the meet, but Noah Lyles, last year here, he ran 19.6 seconds as well. So I'm looking to see if he's gonna be able to go 19.5. We saw that Arian Knighton is running 19.7s now, so putting a little bit of pressure, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Noah Lyles is able to do at this meet. There's a couple other guys in the field, right? We have Michael Norman. Now, Michael Norman is a big, big question mark. He unfortunately had to pull out of, I think, the Tokyo 100-meter race that Fred Curley won. Had to pull out of that because of a little injury that he's been dealing with. This is going to be his first race back in a couple weeks now, a couple months now at this point. So really going to see what this means for Michael Norman. Will this mean that he's really going to stick to the sprints, go to the 100 and 200 at USA's? Or does this mean he might be switching over to the 400 depending on how this goes? We're definitely going to see what actually happens. And we just got to see if Michael Norman is healthy. So that's going to be the first step when we get to these New York City Grand Prix 200 meters. But Noah Lyles, really looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. Now, speaking of that 100, 200, we have the men's 100-meter dash. Guess what? Michael Norman is in this race, but he's going to have a very tall task. Akeem Blake, Christian Coleman, Zarnell Hughes, Terrence Laird, like I said, he got moved into the 100 outside of the 200, right? This is a very, very strong field. We saw Akeem Blake and Christian Coleman go head-to-head at the LA Grand Prix just a couple weeks ago, right? Akeem Blake managed to get the win there in a very strong personal best. I think he has a very, very, very high ceiling right now. He is going to be one challenging for a medal, but do not sleep on Christian Coleman. Even though he finished third place in that LA Grand Prix race, I think he is probably the #2 American right now. Maybe Crevon Charleston is definitely coming into that spot, but Christian Coleman has overall been having a very, very good season. Probably the #2 behind Fred Curley, but look out to see what he does in this race. I think Akeem Blake is going to throw things down. Christian Coleman is going to throw things down. Zarnell Hughes, he's been doing pretty well. Terrence Laird, like we noted, he came out the 200, ran the 200 in LA Grand Prix, actually won that race in, I think it was his third or fourth fastest 200-meter time ever, and that was his first, race back from injury. I think Terrence Slater is going to have a big performance here. He's in good form. He's really confident. So look forward to seeing what Terrence Slater is able to do. And then Michael Norman, like I noted in the 200, not sure where he's at, not sure if he's healthy. This is going to give a good indication of where he's at and, you know, what is going to be happening for the rest of the season with Michael Norman. So keep a lookout for him and all the other guys in this men's 100-meter dash. Now let's talk about that women's 200. No Gabby Thomas because she's running the 400 and also 100, which we'll talk about in a second. But we have Jenna Prandini, we have Abby Steiner, we have Anavia Battle, Brittany Brown, Tamara Clark. This is a very stacked field in the women's 200-meter dash that's gonna probably have a lot of implications as we go into USA's. Gabby Thomas is probably the favorite for the 200 right now, considering she's a USA leader, so I'm looking for her to make that team. But you also have to look out for Abby Steiner. She's been having a very consistent season, a little bit up and down when we're talking about the 100, but the 200, she's been winning races, she's been finishing in the mix. I like what Abby Steiner is doing. But then Jenna Prandini, she's also been having a very great season. That run that she had in LA at the LA Grand Prix was masterful to get the win there. So really looking forward to seeing what Jenna Prandini is able to do. She is, you know, the consummate, you know, 200-meter team maker. Since Allison Felix has kind of switched to 400 in 2015, that's when Jenna Prandini came onto the scene. She's made so many teams, 2015, 2016, 2021 Olympics, 2022 World Championships. So super consistent from Prandini. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's able to do against Abby Steiner here. You also have to look out for Tamara Clark. She unfortunately served a little bit of a ban earlier this year, but she's back. She's been running overseas. Now she's going to be running here along with her training partner, Navia Battle. Brittany Brown. Don't sleep on Brittany Brown as well. 2019 World Championship silver medalist in the 200. She's been having an amazing past 2 years, really, right? Last year and this year. Personal best in the 100, the 200, and the 400 over the past, you know, kind of 2 seasons. So I'm looking forward to see what she's able to do in this 200 meters here in New York City. Speaking of, I talked about Gabby Thomas in the 100 and the 400. Well, let's talk about that 100-meter dash. She's going to be going up against a lot of big names, specifically Aaliyah Hobbs. Aaliyah Hobbs has arguably been the top American woman in the 100-meter dash, though Sha'Carri Richardson is probably, you know, head-to-head there. They never got to race in LA, so we never got to see it, but Aaliyah Hobbs, consistent when we're talking about that 100 meters. She is, in my opinion, a sure shot to make the USA 100-meter team and then potentially challenge for a medal. She's going to be the clear favorite here. She actually won this 100-meter race last year at the New York City Grand Prix, so looking forward to seeing what she's able to do. Like I noted, Gabby Thomas had a little bit of up and down season so far, but she's coming back in that 200, 22.05. I think that's going to translate to the 100 meters here. She has a personal best of 11.0 in the 100-meter dash, so maybe looking to improve that, maybe looking to replicate that. We're going to see, you know, what she's going to be able to do in this 100-meter dash. But some other very strong women here. Morlaka Kinnison, she's been having one of the most consistent, you know, under the radar seasons as well. Sub 11 seconds on 2 occasions this year already. She won the LA Grand Prix. She went overseas, ran a little bit. I'm looking for her to, you know, potentially improve her personal best. I think it's 10.95 seconds from a couple years back. So look out to see what she's able to do. She's a very strong sleeper. You have Makai Briscoe here, Melissa Jefferson, the USA champion from last year, and then Brianna Williams from Jamaica. Brianna Williams is coming off, you know, a really good comeback race, right? I think she ran 11.04 seconds just down in Jamaica just this past weekend. So she is gonna, you know, looking to get some confidence and really be in the mix amongst these other top ladies. So keep a lookout for this women's 100-meter dash. Really loving it here. Now, men's 400-meter dash. This is a very interesting race. Now, you don't have some of the top names, right? Norman, you don't have Wade Van Niekerk, Stephen Gardner, Karani James, right? They're not running. But look at this field in the men's 400-meter dash, right? Sean Bailey, he just got the win over Karani James at the LA Grand Prix in the 400 with a huge personal best. Very strong potential here. Matthew Bowling running the 400, right? This is what a lot of people have been wanting him to do. He's been sticking it in the 200 and the 100 and in the sprints, right? People wanted him to go into the long jump. People wanted him to run the 400s. We've seen some crazy splits even this year from Matthew Bowling. This is going to be a big test. And this is his first post-collegiate race, right? Already left Georgia, already finished NCAA championships. This is actually kind of crazy to see Matthew Bowling here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. You also have Trevor Stewart, what is one of the top guys at North Carolina A&T. I think he made the Olympic team and ran on the mixed relay in Tokyo. So looking forward to see what he's able to do. Noah Williams as well. Noah Williams had a very amazing indoor season in the 400. He came off a really great career at LSU where he won the NCAA title indoors in the 400. He's a little up and down, a little absent during the outdoor season, but Noah Williams really could come away and snatch this entire race. But I'm looking at Sean Bailey from Jamaica. He's probably the, you know, odds-on favorite to get the win here, considering what he's done, you know, at the LA Grand Prix and for this season. So keep a lookout for that men's 400-meter dash. Now, let's finish off with some hurdles. First off, women's 110-meter hurdles. Now, this is probably one of the premier events, in the world right now, coming off the 2022 World Championships. Tobi Amisan, Jasmine Camacho-Quinn, all these ladies are really in the mix in the women's 100-meter hurdles. And this race here, gonna have a couple of them, a couple ladies really stepping things up on the USA side. Of course, Kenny Harrison, she's the former world record holder. She's the silver medalist from the Olympics in 2021. Really looking forward to seeing if she's able to continue her momentum. She's been having some really good, races this season. Also look out for Alicia Johnson. She's been super consistent for the past 2 years, winning a lot of races. Very, very strong potential for her here. Tania Marshall. Tania Marshall has kind of flown under the radar considering what she's been able to do, and she has really been stepping things up this season, getting, really close to her personal best already this year. So looking forward to seeing what Tania Marshall is able to do. Cindy Sember, Megan Tapper, the bronze medalist from the Olympic Games, right? Danielle Williams, 2015 world champion, Gabby Cunningham, Anna Cockrell. This is a very, very stacked field that I'm very much looking forward to seeing what all these ladies are able to do. I think 12-4, 12-3 is definitely going to get the win here, but it would not surprise me if something faster happens. So keep a lookout for these women in the 100-meter hurdles. Finally on the track, men's 110-meter hurdles. Now, no Grant Holloway, but guess what? We got Devin Allen. We got Daniel Roberts, right? We got Robert Dunning. We have a very, very stacked field of men's 110-meter hurdlers in this race. What happened last year? Devin Allen ran the 3rd fastest time in the history of the 110-meter hurdles. Can he replicate it this year? Of course, we haven't seen anything, leading to that, but he's had some very good races overseas, remaining in the mix. I think in the Paris Diamond League, right, he unfortunately hit a hurdle, so he was out of the race, but he could really, put something down very, very fast here. And again, this is probably going to be the last race before USA Championships. I'm looking forward to seeing a fast time. Remember Robert Dunning at the Atlanta City Games, he ran a very, very fast, personal best, 13.0. So he is definitely one who's in the conversation, might be getting a little overlooked. And then Daniel Roberts. Remember those head-to-heads when he was at Kentucky and Grant Holloway was at Florida? He's made every single team since then, right? 2019, 2021 to the Olympics, and then also 2022 to the World Championships. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Daniel Roberts is able to throw down when we're talking about the 110-meter hurdles here. And then when they all come together at the USA Championships, and then later on when they all meet with the rest of the world, the Jamaicans and everyone else. So keep a lookout for that men's 110-meter hurdles. How could I forget Trey Cunningham? I didn't even see him on this start list. Trey Cunningham, silver medalist from the World Championships last year, one of the fastest in history. He is very much in the mix. He didn't have a great race at the Atlanta City Games in 110 hurdles, but this is going to be a good comeback for him, potentially seeing him, go for something big to position himself well at the USA Championships. So 110-meter hurdles, really looking forward to seeing what happens there. That is the New York City Grand Prix. Again, just a little preview talking about some of the events. Make sure you go in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite, event, a favorite head-to-head is going to be from this meet. There's going to be so many top performances at this meet. Just like we saw last year, I think it's very much going to be replicated this year in 2023. This is the track, Icon Stadium. We're going to see things lit up. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back again next time. Thanks for watching.